We're here to talk about how to get more done and stop being controlled by your inbox. Most of us, including me, have a love-hate relationship with our inbox. Opening our inbox sometimes will make it feel like we're besieged and we don't know where to begin, so we don't, right? This presentation is designed to help you take control of the beast that lurks inside that computer of yours, and the one that clamors for attention all the time, practically every minute of the day. Yeah, that's what we're here to do. So today we're going to learn the M's. We're going to learn how to have a, sorry. We're going to learn how to use our 5 E's of inbox control, okay? We're going to have our mission, the metrics, the method, the momentum, and the maintenance. And it says 5 E's. That's cracking myself up. It's really 5 M's, okay? You want to learn how to have a mission, how to do your metrics, how to have that method so you can implement tactics, how to keep the momentum once you learn how to do it, and then how to maintain it as you go, right? That's what we're going to talk about today. So, as we know, technology can be a blessing in disguise, right? Every email that hits your inbox, I don't know if you figured this out yet, it's a call to action. They want you to click here. They want you to answer this. They want you to buy this. They have a quick question for you, right? And it brings requests for our attention and information to us way faster than we can think and way faster than we can react. Because of this, it forces us to react faster and faster and faster at the speed of light, which we can't really do. Once our computers turn on, we're open for business, right? And our emails will consistently try to force its way into our day. Now, you notice that I say they try to impinge on our work throughout the day. But guess what? They don't have any power until you turn it on. Think about that. Until you check your inbox, there's zero power of your inbox. There's zero power of emails to take over your life. So because of that, you need to take action and learn how to control it. 306.4 billion emails are sent every single day. That's half of the world's population, gang. Now, there's about 120 million business emails that are sent a day, that are sent or received a day to each person. So think about your inbox. Do you get over 100 of emails a day? I know I certainly do, or more. So, but 306.4 billion emails, half of our population, and I'd say that probably, I don't know, maybe in 6 of our population doesn't even have an inbox. So this is a little bit crazy in the making. So think long and hard about this. Your inbox is someone else's to-do list for you. Say it again. Your inbox is someone else's to-do list that they're giving to you. Once you kind of realize this, you probably understand that you don't want to go in there when you don't want to go in there. Every time you do go in there, it's a call to action, right? So do you want to be in reaction mode, reacting to what somebody wants you to do? Or do you want to take action and actually control your flow and your process of your day? So your mission when you're in your inbox is to make a decision, right? You want to read it, you want to act on it, and you want to be done with it. This literally means when you read an email, we need to make a decision right then and there about what you're going to do about it. You're going to need to learn how to read, respond, and remove, right? Read it, act on it, be done with it. This is the mission, right? This is your mission. You don't want to go in and halfway skim it because you can't afford to have emails take over you today. Overchecking your email wastes 21 minutes every day. That's overchecking it. On the average, professionals check their email 15 times a day or every 37 minutes. Raise your hand or put in chat if you feel like that might be you. Are you checking it every half hour? Every other? Okay, you're okay. I see you. I see your hands. Okay, Marty, you're wasting 21 minutes every day. And I'm going to show you how to simplify that, because if you go to just once an hour, you're going to save some time. But you want to go in there at a premeditated time and don't let emails take over your life. You're not going to get stuff done. One of my clients, Seth, had an inbox of over 4,850 emails in his inbox when we began working together. He felt overwhelmed, and rightfully so, because he had no idea where to begin. Like, he had zero ideas. And so it was all a jumble in his mind, and he hated his inbox. He hated that part of his technology that he had to do to run his business. It affected his life so much that he spent sleepless nights worrying if he'd overlooked an important business detail that had arrived in the form of an email, right? So the question is, how many emails do you have in your inbox right now? Put in chat. How many emails do you have? There's no judgment, no nothing. It's just an interesting factoid, okay? And how often do you check them? Right? I know we have some people that check, every half hour or so. But okay, 50,000, yeah, 33,850. Yep, I got it. Angela, I got my eye on you. Okay. Yeah, 10,000 plus. This is because the reason that they're here is because you didn't make a decision, right? Just like you've heard me talk about piles of paper. It's the same exact thing. If you don't make a decision, it piles up. And all of those 38,000 or 2,400 or 55,766 or 10,000 plus is because you didn't make a decision when you were there, right? So we're going to learn how to make a decision. So the 37 folders stacked up on the side of most users' email application affects more than just finding time. So I don't want you to have all those folders that you jam things into, okay? So the metrics that I would like you to try to use, and I say it takes experience and it takes practice, and don't get freaked out. I'd like you to have a 2-folder system. 2 folders. 2 folders, don't get scared. And you're going to use the 3R rule. You're going to read, respond, and remove. Okay. So the reason that I say this is because, and I started doing that when I got Gmail. I started making all these folders before I realized that I didn't need them. And the folders are still there. I need to delete them, but I don't use them anymore because your attention is split. Okay. So having folders stacked up on the left affects more than just refining your time. Archiving emails into folders using a mouse wastes 11 minutes a day. Roughly 10% of the total time people spend on their email is spent finding the messages they want to find. And that's a process that involves 2 phases, right? Deciding where the email should go, then moving them into those folders. And then the more choices we have, the longer it takes us to make the decision, right? So if you have like to do, to write, project, quick tap, all that good stuff. With the search button, we can find what we need without the folders. So it pays to really spend time learning how to use your search button, right? Because you're not going to want to refine those emails, right? Most of the time, the stuff that you put in the folders, you're not going to ever go back to anyhow. So the research has found that most people only need 2 folders. One for emails that you read when they hit the inbox, but which also require further attention, and that we can call active or archive. And the second one is for emails that we might want to read at a later date, and we could call it reading, right? So you could have active and reading, and that's it, 2 folders. Now, you might be thinking, well, why not have 0 folders? We need at least 1 so we can get folders out of our inbox. That's why, right? So to calculate the time you save by dropping from 37 folders to 2 folders, I'd like to use a thing called Hicks' Law. Okay. I don't know if you've ever heard of Hicks' Law. Anybody out there heard of it? So Hicks' Law is a psychological principle that describes the mathematical relationship between the number of choices and how long it takes to make a decision. It tells us that a 37 choice decision is 5 times slower than a two choice decision, right? So 37 versus 2, you're 5 times slower when you're using all those little folders on the side of your inbox thinking that you're being productive, right? You're slowing yourself down by 5 times. So it doesn't take us long to say, do I need to act on it or do I need to check it later? right? Those are the two choices. Do I need to act on it? Do I need to tweak it later? You're going to move them into those folders. That way, your inbox is back to zero, but you have your other folders that you're going to get to. Does this make sense to you? Is it making sense? A little, maybe. No, somehow. So here's the thing. When you first begin controlling your email habits, it helps to use tasks to define the parameters around when you're going to check your inbox. Okay. Like my client, Ellie. Ellie is a home-based entrepreneur. I helped create a schedule with better work-life balance because when Ellie hired me, she candidly admitted to me that once she started checking her inbox, she frequently became glued to her inbox forever. Now, Ellie had a family. Ellie had kids that she had to take to and from, right? Oh, Maria, I like it. It is like giving a child more than two choices. Brilliant. Okay, so my suggestion to Ellie was check your emails twice a day. Once in the morning before you pick up your kids from preschool, once in the afternoon before they woke from their nap, right? So she did this. And by partitioning this task into a tight time frame, see, I said right before you pick up kids, so that keeps her limited, and right before, sit them down, take them from their nap, she automatically had to quit in order to begin her next pressing task, which in her case was, attending to her children. Very important. Now, you might not have kids, but you probably have tasks that need to be performed at predetermined times. So what I want you to do is I want to anchor the time that you're in your inbox to something that you always have to do every day. I want you to anchor it. I want you to hit the inbox right before that designated time that you have to do something. So creating an anchor is an organizing principle 101, have something that you can attach this new habit to. So think about your life. Think about what anchors you can use. Do you always go to the gym at a set time? Do you always eat breakfast at a set time? Do you always take lunch at a set time? Now, as entrepreneurs, you might be going, I don't know what I do at a set time. Well, this is the beginning of your life. This is the beginning of reclaiming your time, is creating that habit of the same time. I always say same time, same bat channel. This is what you're going to do. Do you think there's a reason why I do these monthly quick wins the same day, the same time? Think, right? I'm anchoring your habit to see me on a month for these quick win trainings, right? So we are like kids, okay? Just like Maria says, you don't want more than two choices. You want 2 times that you're going to hit your inbox. You want 2 folders that you're going to move the stuff into. Simple, simple, simple. Maybe not easy, right? Maybe not easy. It's not that easy to change your wily ways, gang. I know this to be true. That's why I have a job, and I am lecturing myself at the same time as I say this, right? Creating a new habit takes practice and consistency. So I want you to curb your addiction. Okay, we're all addicted to emails. Let's face it. The average professional spends 28% of the workday reading and answering emails, according to a McKinsey analysis. For the average full-time worker in America, that amounts to 2.6 hours a day, or 120 messages received every single day. Now, here's the thing. Do you think that people expect a response from you immediately? Well, only 11% of customers and clients, or only 8% of coworkers, expect a response in later than an hour, right? In less than an hour. About 40% of the people expect a response in an hour. Well, tough. Things are going to change because we're all shifting our priorities. And if people check their email hourly, okay, here we go. Here's one for you. Here's one for you, Marty. If people check their email hourly rather than every 37 minutes, it's going to cut your 6 email checks from their day, which is going to save you a lot of time, right? If you go from only 37 minutes to top of the hour, and I don't even want you to do that, but I'm just saying there will be a reward at the end of this that you will say you'll cut 6 email checks, which is going to cut 27 minutes from your day, basically. So just like paper, you've heard me say this all the time about paper, touch it once, right? I want you to use a single touch rule. I want you to either archive or delete emails the first time you read them. Now, how do you do that? Because guess what? You're going to actually read the whole entire email to figure out what you're going to do with it. one touch seems nonsensical because you're skimming. You're not making a decision. You're like skimming through it, and then I can't decide because I don't even know what they really wanted. I was just like in a hurry. Sound familiar? I know I have a tendency to do that. But the single touch rules means either archiving it or deleting it or putting it in read, right? You're either putting in action or archive, right? So think about that. If you read it 3 times and still don't take any action, that's why you have the 50,000 emails in your inbox, right? But if you read the whole entire thing, you'll know right then and there whether you need to do something or whether you can ditch it or need to follow up later, right? So you need to read them entirely the first time. That way you can respond promptly. When you skim, you don't take any action. And we don't have time or energy to read emails twice. We just don't. Right? All the time. We don't have time. So take the time to read it thoroughly before you do that. And then your choices are, will you respond? You put it in action. Is it insignificant? You're going to ditch it. If you need to do it later, it'd be the later, right? So it's either 2 inboxes or ditch. Some research suggests it to take people up to 23 minutes and 15 seconds to fully recover from an interruption. Why do you think I'm saying only go there twice a day? Do you want to lose 23 minutes and 15 seconds every time you hit your inbox? That's what's happening. Okay. So say you're going in every 27 minutes. It's taking you 23 minutes to recover. So there goes the hour. Think about that. Yeah. Think about that. You need to get hard with yourself and think about the time that you're wasting. If you're always going, why do I never get things done? I would probably wager that it is your inbox that's stifling you. So here's your choices. Okay, if you want to be effective, you're going to learn how to make quick decisions about each mail you read. You're going to respond quickly. You're going to forward it without it letting it sit in your inbox. And if the email requires a quick response, about 30 seconds, do it right then and there, then delete it. If it requires more time than you've allocated in your schedule at that moment, then you're going to turn it into a task, put it into follow-up or whatever you want to call one of those 2 folders, and place it within one of those 2 action categories. Okay, that's what you're going to do. You're going to read it in its entirely. And my job that I do with myself, I always want to delete as many as I can. So literally when I go in my inbox, I click all of them. I use Google, and I'm going to have a Google workplace workshop coming up here soon. It'll be a 6-week training program, but I actually highlight all of them. And then I unselect the ones that I want to keep. Much easier to do it that way. So here's what you want to do. I'm going to give you another way to save time. Okay. So when you're responding, someone asks you all these questions, right? Again, back to that. It's your to-do list that they're putting on you, right? Their to-do list they're telling you to do. If you have a lot of multiple things that you have to respond to, just reply in bold or italic directly underneath the question. Less typing avoids typos, okay? And the receiver is going to immediately understand your responses. So don't go start doing a whole huge diatribe. If there's a bunch of questions, just cut and paste, answer them right below with the question. And then, it's going to save them time. It's going to save you time. Okay. Less typing saves time and avoids typos. And here's another thing. Make sure that you know how to change subject lines. Okay. Change the subject line so that it makes sense if you're going to respond. Okay, make sure that we're in this game together, right? So I love it when people do a subject line that says exactly what they want me to do. That's like a big old gift to me. And I try to gift that back whenever I'm writing to somebody else that says exactly what I want them to do in the subject line. It helps, right? So every little thing that you can do is going to help you streamline your time. And, you want to always maintain the level of professionalism. Now, some of us go overboard. I feel that if I respond within 24 hours, 48 at the latest, then I'm good. I am not going to react at the speed of light. I'm just not. So, please use Grammarly. Okay, make sure that's hooked up to your system so you don't have crazy typos. I'm the worst typer in the world. Thank God for Grammarly. It fixes all my bad typing. And, I'm sure that some of you might be shaking your heads right now saying, well, I have to respond immediately. Well, there might be a few emails that are an exception. Okay. But you don't have to respond to everything within that same day. You just don't. Okay. Sometimes you might want to think about the correct response that's not going to be offensive or abrasive to whatever this person wants you to do. Right. So sometimes you need more time. But in my opinion, I'm going to use the amount of time that I need based on the times that I'm in my inbox. Right. And this is a sign of professionalism. I found early in my career, I don't know, when I had a publishing and printing agency 25 years ago, that the biggest sign of professionalism is to say no. So don't feel like you have to jump at everybody's beck and call because it's not professional. First off, it's going to screw up your game and you're not going to make the money that you want to make in the long term. So as your inbox grows, it becomes really valuable to learn how to craft rules to get rid of the spam and to download useful documents into the proper folders. Now, my Google Workspace masterclass is going to talk about folders and on. I don't have time today because we have only half hour, but you want to learn how to write rules, and you also need to know where to download those important documents, right? And please don't print out your emails. Don't go there. Okay, don't print emails. Put it in an action folder if it's something that you need to deal with. Okay, but don't have that paper laying around with your emails. Okay, printing, what printing means to me is that you're not confident in your new system and you're keeping it so that you know whether you can find it when you need it. And this means you haven't learned how to use Google search very well, or the search bar in your email program. Once you know how to use your search bar, you don't have to worry about things getting lost. If it's something that for you, a lot of my clients, and I'm a visual learner, audio visual learner myself, that out of sight, out of mind, right? I know some of you might be thinking that out of sight, out of mind. That's okay. Go ahead and put it on a task list. Okay. But don't print the email. Just print the one little thing you need to know about that email so you can get back to it. Or most importantly, just stick it into your action folder because you know you're going to get to it. You can even put a little star by it if it's super duper important, right? But learn how to write rules. It's very, very important. And, the key to avoid spending your entire day reading and responding to emails is going to guard you against the bad habits that you might have in your life, right? And it takes time to create a habit. Here's the thing. Parkinson's law says that our work will expand to fill the time available, right? So if you say you have an hour for your inbox, gosh darn it, you're going to be using an hour in that inbox. Okay, that's just what we do. So you want to monitor the times and the time that you spend in your inbox. Turn off your notifications. Oh my gosh, I do not have email notifications on my inbox. I haven't had them forever. I don't even have text notifications, right? So I don't want to be disturbed because I am easily distractible. As you know, I'm an ex-squirrel chaser. So make sure that you don't have your bings and bells and whistles turned on. You don't want to know that you got an email. You don't want to, because you'll immediately, our little brain's going to be going, oh, I wonder what it is. I wonder if it's anything good. And we're going to go into our inbox and then boom, there we go again, right? We've lost our track. And again, we've lost that 27 minutes. So it's going to take back to get to that task that we were doing to begin with when the binger went off. Okay. So here's the story. Everything can wait at least an hour. I won't even go into this story, but there's no exceptions to the rule. Everything can wait at least an hour. Okay. So just don't do it, right? Be careful what you ask for. Go look at your scheduled activities and do for the day before you check your inbox, before you check your voicemail, before you check your texts. I want you to have your plan for the day, right? Back to one of my other quick wins, plan your day before it plans you. Right? So don't check emails first thing in the morning. It's the worst thing you can possibly do to your life and to your world and to your cash flow. right? Your cash flow is going to be really cut if you go to your inbox first thing in the morning. So there's an important reason to unsubscribe and to block unwanted emails rather than just deleting them. The average person opens 20% of their permission mailers. They spend 15 to 20 seconds reading each of these emails, which consumes about 4 minutes a day. So be careful what you ask for, right? Be careful who you subscribe to. Only subscribe to the people that give you good knowledge, that give you benefits for your business and for your life. Unsubscribe relentlessly from people that you don't get any value from. You know, if you're not getting value from me, please unsubscribe, right? So do that and be careful what you ask for. Be careful who you subscribe to. Make sure that it's good quality people and good quality content that's hitting your inbox. Because again, right, it's their to-do list. Hey, I gave you a to-do list. Show up at this webinar, right? Yeah, right. So I'm running late on time. I want you to craft easy to respond emails. Make sure that what you want from that person is concise. The one line rule is important. Everything you want, put on a similar, skip the lines, put everything on similar, on separate lines, very helpful. And if you do need a response, tell them the deadline. Hey, I need to know this by Thursday. Please respond by Thursday, okay? And make sure that your subject lines, I already touched on that a little bit. Subject lines are super important. Make sure that you're saying what you want them to do, how you want them to respond, if you want them to respond, if and when and why, right? You'll see if you look back at the emails that I sent you, I'm like, today's the day, happening in an hour, tomorrow's, blah, 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 right? So you want to keep finished until just keep practicing and keep your inbox under control every single day. Full inboxes waste a half hour every day. If your inbox is full, you're wasting at least a half hour a day. So more action steps you can take is consolidate your email accounts. I know someone said that they have 4 emails going to 4 different inboxes. Someone said that earlier. Yeah, Patty, 2,400 and then 4 accounts, right? So you want all of your inbox, you want all your emails to come into one inbox. I have probably, I don't know, 8 email addresses and they all come into the one. That way I can take control over it and not have to bink in and bink out, right? So the easiest way, again, is to anchor when you go in your inbox to an event. If you can find an event that you do that. Disable your email alerts and consolidate your accounts. So as you begin taking control, you want to determine to yourself, how much is too much? How old is too old? Okay. And to get it whittled down, you have to make these decisions about yourself. My husband, if he has more than 5 emails in his inbox, he is freaked out. I can do about 100, right? That's my level. Some people, want their inbox to be 0. He's an inbox 0 guy, my guy. So if you know how much you have a tolerance for, you know how to begin whittling it away, right? And then once you get it whittled down, you can have 0 unread emails in your inbox, right? And it's going to take a little while, right? But it takes a while to do the big purge and then to keep deleting new emails. But you want to do a big giant purge, and you can always start by going to the oldest and say, hey, how old is too old? If something in 2023 is too old, I'd say ditch all the 2023 emails. Just go ahead and do it. Okay. So remember the 3 R's. You want to read, respond, and remove, right? Read, respond, remove. And it takes self-discipline. Okay. But you can find your way forward, and I'm here for you to support you. You want to say yes to your big picture dreams. You want to make the money that you want to make. You deserve to make a lot of money as entrepreneurs if you are an entrepreneur. And the amount of time that you're spending in your inbox is literally taking money out of your bank account, for sure. So I told you that I had an offer. I have this thing that I developed. Everybody wants accountability. So I created the Get It Done Power Hour. And what happens is twice a month, I'm meeting with people and they're joining in and they're getting training. They're getting bi-monthly assistance from me. They're getting direct access to me twice a month. They're also getting action-packed sessions and exclusive access to strategies. Okay. All of my Power Hour people are getting exclusive access to me. Now, they start out and they get the home office organization course, which I sell for $500 all the time, right? So they get this course, which helps them kind of help streamline their businesses. Then they get a copy of my book, digital copy, so that they can actually go through each chapter and see where they want to start. And then they get me 2 hours every month. So this Power Hour is set up so that you're on track doing your thing and I'm there supporting you and holding your butt to the fire so that you're doing what you're going to do. Because at the top of each Power Hour, you're announcing your intention of what you're going to work on for that hour. And that's 2 hours a month that you're dedicated to actually getting stuff done, which everybody over the 20 years I've been doing this said they want accountability. They want set times. And guess what? Excuse me. This could be an anchor event for you checking your inbox at least twice a month. So what happens is your investment's not $97. Okay, I'm doing a beginning of the year special where you get this Kickstarter training and you get it. All the stuff that I'm giving you is $1,400, $1,444.95, whatever. But you're getting it. You're getting the membership area, you're getting the Power Hour, and you're getting the course, and you're getting it for only $7. What do you think about that? $7, I can get you to take action and get started. The first month's only $7. After that, it's $97 a month. If you don't find value in it, there's no contract. It's guaranteed, no big deal. You just say, hey, I'm not getting it, I'm not showing up, whatever. It's only $97 a month after that. But the first month, you get to try it out, check it out, see what you have to say for yourself. See if you can actually show up 2 hours a month, getting stuff done and following what I'm training you to do, right? Everybody in the Power Hour sets their intention. This is what I'm going to do this hour. I'm there to answer their questions. And also, I have a working document for each person on what they're working on, and they get to check off their list of what they've done. And it's basically just holding your feet to the fire so you're actually getting stuff done at least 2 hours a month, right? That's a minimum of 2 hours a month. So for the first person that decides they're going to do this, they can jump. The first person is going to get a one-on-one session with me. I'm going to help you jumpstart this, and you're going to go to the Get Organized Power Hour. Actually, I want to send them to a different page. I'm going to send you to the page where the QR code is, so you can just jump right into it. So you'll get a first action. The first person that does it gets a one-on-one with me. Now think about 6 months from now. 6 months from now, you've actually taken action. You've actually got stuff done. You've actually made progress. You're not swimming in your inbox. What do you think your life's going to look like? I would guarantee you that you are going to get more done, make more money. Yeah. Oh, Angela, it's so good to see you. So here I'm now to open up questions, and I apologize. I'm 4 minutes over my timeline. I was trying to go quick, but here I am for questions. You guys can unmute yourself. You can either put it in chat or you can ask me what you think. And it's always good to see you too, Angela. It's been a long, long time. Angela's a client from way back when. But if you have any questions, this is it. I'm here for you. I don't mind sticking on. And again, I apologize for running a little bit over on my timeline. Mary Jo, you're welcome. Good to see you. Anybody need anything? Have any specific questions? It's really funny. The day and the time for the accountability group is on, it's the first and third Tuesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Double check that that's true, Jan. I'm almost sure it's first and third Tuesday, 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific, that is. Okay. You're done. Joanne, are you in? Woo! You could be the first one. Yeah. Okay, first one gets a one-on-one with me. And we'll see. Oh, good, Joanne. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, $7. There's no contract. You can cancel anytime you want. If you don't cancel and you decide you like it, then it's just $97 a month, and you get me for 2 hours, which is way worth. There's a lot. I'm expensive, but this is a way for you to get me for less money. But the one-on-one, yeah, we just got a good gig on that. So anybody have any questions? I see you're still here hanging out. Marty. Oh, thanks, Marty. You read my book a while back. Well, if you go the Power Hour, you actually get the course, the Home Office Organization course, which is kind of based on the book. And it has video tutorials, worksheets, progress stuff. It's a lot of videos and a lot of extra training that is an adjunct to the book that you have. And thank you for reading my book a while back. I appreciate that. But yeah, if you want to dive further, you get the Home Office Organization course, which is valued at $497 to begin with, as part of this $7 offer. So that can help you deep dive even more. Yeah, thank you, Marty, for that. I appreciate that. So for those of you who have over 10,000 emails in their inbox, you might want to consider doing something more and letting me help you, because I would say that's where we're going to start. Let's start taking note. Now, how do you archive? Okay, Jan, are you talking about how do you archive the emails that you want to keep? Is that what you're asking? I think you guys can unmute yourself. If so, Janine, make sure they can unmute. If you're talking about how do you archive, it really depends on what system you're using. Now, I'm going into my Google workshop. I'm going to have a Google workshop that's going to talk about Gmail, Google Docs, all that good stuff. But if you're in Gmail, which I highly recommend everybody use Gmail now, it's like state of the industry, that you can easily just hit archive and it goes right there, and you can see all your archives instantly. So you don't even, it's just a push of a button. Okay. Oh, good, Sarah. Okay. Tuesday's the busiest day of the week. Yeah, I get it. And Tuesday's the day to actually take action. Yes, you can absolutely delete archives. Once you're done with them, then you just throw them in the trash. Easy breezy. But that's the beautiful thing about Gmail is if it's archived, it never goes away until you do put it in the trash, which is nice. Okay, so you can confidently do that. Yeah. Well, I'd love to see you in the Power Hour if you can make it at all, Sarah. That'd be fantastic. We can talk about New Mexico. So let's see. Anything else? You guys are still here, so you must have questions. The link is in chat. Maybe we'll drop the link in chat again one more time to make it super easy. Here comes the link in chat again. Yep, there you go. Thanks, Janine. So go ahead and try it out. Yeah, open up 2 hours a month. You can do it. And once you do that, Sarah, you'll see that you'll have more time for other things. So let's see, you're on a little bit different time zone than I am. So my Power Hour people actually had asked me to move it an hour later because it helps a lot of people on the East Coast. But I believe you're Mountain Time, so should be good. Outlook. Yes, you can use Outlook for sure and benefit. Yeah, we're just talking about how to take control of your inbox, really. So absolutely, you can benefit from not having all those emails in your inbox. And actually, the Power Hour is not just about emails. I have people that are working on decluttering their whole apartment. I have people that are working on building a system for their podcast. I have people that are working on their paper flow management. I have people that are working on time management. Everybody's working on different things during the Power Hour. That's the exciting part of it all. They're all there to hold each other accountable, and I'm working with them on their special projects. Depending on what they're working on, I'm giving them their Google document to just work on. that has step 1, step 2, step 3 for whatever project they happen to be tackling. So it's not just inbox, but because you guys are here in the inbox training, I would think that you might want to start with clearing out your inbox and learning how to take control of it. Then neither here nor there. As we work together in the power hour, we kind of figure out what is the most important thing to tackle, what's going to give you the biggest sense of relief, and what's going to make you feel more empowered with your business and your life. That's really what it comes down to. And, one of my clients is just working on her crafts room. She has a whole room full of craft stuff, and she's already gotten it down to about 1/3 of the size, which is pretty exciting. So everybody's doing different things. Yeah. How long do you set the time, Joanna? You're about 15 minutes in and out, 15 minutes in and out, half hour tops. Okay. So now when you first get started, it might take a little bit longer, to get to that place in your inbox where it's not overwhelming. You might want to spend a little bit more time, but basically 15 to 30 minutes is all you need twice a day, and you're golden. Once you have it whittled down to that, acceptable amount in your mind of how many is enough, how many is too much and how many is enough, right? So 15 to 30 minutes is the goal always. You don't want to be in your inbox any more than an hour a day. That's just again, someone else's to-do list are putting on you that you're accepting it. Right? So you don't want to even go there. So yeah, I'd say when you're first starting, you could do a little bit more time. In fact, during the power hour, it might be time when you're actually doing that inbox 0 or try to get the inbox down. But when you set your anchor time, you definitely want to do no more than 30 minutes. No more than 30 minutes. Very good question, Joanna. A lot of people. And have you figured out your anchor time that maybe you could anchor your inbox process to? Do you have something that's consistent for yourself, Joanna, that you can do that anchor moment? Think about that. And Karen, yes, Outlook you can use as your main email. That's no problem. Yeah. Start there, Joanna, on figuring out, what do you do consistently every single day? Maybe you go walk the dog. It could be right after you walk the dog. Maybe it could be you make breakfast for your kids. It could be right before you make breakfast, because that way you have a hard stop, right? So whatever you can do to give yourself a hard stop would be a great thing. I'd say do it before you walk your dog, but I know when you get up, they're like, I'm out of here. So you can do it right after you walk the dog. Or if your dog can wait, you can do it right before you walk the dog, and you definitely would have a hard stop on that one. You just want to give yourself a hard stop, and it takes setting a timer. There's nothing at all wrong with setting a timer in your phone on, I got to get out of here. This is it. Cutting myself off. Now I'm going to get down to business and get down to work. Because in your inbox is really just busyness, right? It's typically not anything that will grow your business necessarily. Inboxes is more for learning and communication, not for doing business, right? So think about that too when you're in your inbox. Why would you give more than a half hour to somebody that's not growing your business? That's why, hey, why do you think these quick wins are a half hour? Yeah, now we're hitting 45 minutes, but still, you see what I mean? Learning is important, but getting down to business is also super important so that you can make money and have the success that you deserve, for sure.